everyone, welcome you back in my geography class. So what we are going to start today? Today we will discuss on the topic of power resources from the chapter Mineral and Power Resources of class 8. In the earlier videos, we have already discussed about the mineral resources, that what do you mean by a mineral, what is a rock, what is an ore, what are the different types of minerals, how can we extract the minerals, that means what are the different processes by which we can extract the minerals. We also got to know about the distribution of minerals in the world. We got to know about the uses, why there is a need to conserve the minerals, and how can we conserve the minerals. So today we will go ahead with the next topic, that is the power resources. Before we start with the topic, let us listen to a story. The story starts with Sunny and his mother. Sunny's mother wakes up in the morning and she starts her day by switching on the geyser. Then she irons Sunny's clothes without waking him up. Then she runs in the kitchen to prepare a glass of orange juice for Sunny in the blender. Then she goes to wake up Sunny and asks Sunny to wake up to get fresh, to get ready and to take breakfast which she was preparing on the stove. When Sunny left for the school, he forgot to switch off the lights and fan. When Sunny's mother went to switch off the lights and fan, she was thinking that how life is great in the cities where they are so much dependent on more and more gadgets, and these gadgets consume so much energy. See, she was thinking that as these gadgets are using so much energy, so it is leading a wide gap between the demand and the supply of this energy resources. She was thinking that with the advancement of technology, how life became so easy and fast. So here in the story, we heard about some electronic gadgets. First, we heard about the geyser. Second, we heard about iron. Third, we heard about blender. Fourth, we heard about stove. So, geyser, iron, blender, stove, what are these? These are power resources. What do you mean by power resources? Power resources means the sources of energy that are available to us and needed for driving machineries in industries, as fuel, provides us with light and heat. They are used in agricultural sector, used in transportation, used in communication, used in defense, and many other things. So what are power resources? The sources of energy that are available to us and needed for driving machineries in industries, as fuel, provides us with light, heat, used in agriculture sector, transportation, communication and defense, and many more things. So this power resources plays a very crucial role in the day-to-day life. We cannot live without power resources. Just imagine that if there will be no electricity, if there will be no fan, there will be no refrigerator, no air condition, how we will live? We are so accustomed with all these electrical appliances, the power resources without which our life cannot run. We are dependent on this power resources. Day by day, our dependency on these power resources are increasing. Now, these power resources are classified into two types. Power resources are classified into two types. Number one, the conventional sources of energy, and number two, the non-conventional sources of energy. In conventional sources of energy, we are going to study about the firewood, fossil fuel. There we will study about coal, petroleum, natural gas, and we will study about the tidal power. Here in the non-conventional sources of energy, we will study about the solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy, nuclear energy, and biogas. Today in this video we will discuss about the conventional sources of energy. That what do you mean by conventional source of energy? We will know about firewood, its advantage, its disadvantage, and we will know about coal along with its advantage and disadvantage. So now let us know what do you mean by conventional sources of energy. Conventional sources of energy. Now when we are saying conventional, you have heard many a times that we say that there are conventional ways of doing something. That means some old practices or something which is done from a long time. What are conventional sources of energy? These are the sources of energy which have been used since a long time. Most of the conventional sources of energy are non-renewable. That means once it gets depleted, it will take millions of years to replenish back. So we call it as non-renewable or exhaustible sources of energy. These sources of energy are extensively used by mankind. The magnitude of its usage is so high that the reserves of the conventional sources of energy has been depleted to a great extent. So we can say that as we are utilizing the conventional sources of energy extensively, the magnitude of its usage is so high that the reserves has been depleted to a great extent. As I told you that most of the conventional source of energy are non-renewable. That means once it will get depleted, it will take millions of years to get replenished. So you can understand that there is a question that whether our future generation will get these power resources or not. These resources are expensive to maintain and to store. They cause pollution. Some examples of the conventional sources of energy are coal, natural gas, petroleum, etc. So what do you mean by conventional sources of energy? These are the sources of energy which have been used since a long time. Most of the conventional sources of energy are non-renewable, or we can also call them as exhaustible. They're extensively used by mankind. The magnitude of its usage is so high that the reserves has been depleted to a great extent. It is very expensive to maintain and to store, cause pollution, and the examples are coal, natural gas, and petroleum. Today we will know about firewood as a conventional source of energy and about coal, and also we will know about their advantages and disadvantages. So let us know firewood. Firewood. What is firewood? Firewood is referred as the wood that is used as fuel, which includes twigs, branches of trees. We also call them as fuel wood or the wood pellets. These are the firewood. Now, firewood is widely used for cooking and heating. It is widely used for cooking and heating. As I already said, that wood that is used as fuel. So, firewood is used as fuel for cooking and heating. In India, more than 50% of energy that comes from where? From firewood. It is used in rural areas. So we can say that in rural areas, the population is mainly dependent on firewood for cooking and heating. Now there are some advantages and disadvantages of firewood. What are the advantages of firewood? It is easy to access. So firewood is very easy to access because we can easily get the twigs of plants or we can get the branches of trees that can be easily accessible. It provides energy to a large number of people. Yes, as we can see that in India, in the rural areas, there is a huge dependency on firewood. So rural areas means the villages. Villages means where a large number of people live. So yes, it provides energy to a large number of people who are living in the villages. And also sometimes you will see that not only in villages, in cities also there is need of firewoods. They also use firewoods in cities for different purposes. Now let us know the disadvantages of firewood. Now the first disadvantage of firewood is that it is time consuming while collecting. Yes, it takes a long time to collect the firewood. The women of the house, they waste a long time to collect the firewood. Usually you will see that they tie up the firewood and they carry that load on their head and they walk for longer distances. They go here and there in the forest in search of firewood and it is really time consuming. It leads to deforestation. When the demand of timber increases, when the demand of firewood increases, it leads to cutting down of trees, which leads to deforestation. Now, it also leads to pollution. The next disadvantage of the firewood is that it causes pollution. Yes, burning of firewood do cause pollution because it releases high level of smoke and harmful toxic air pollutants. So it causes pollution. So what we learned here, what is firewood? The wood that is used as fuel. It is widely used for cooking and heating. It is mainly used in the rural areas. There are some advantages that it is easy to access, provides energy to a large number of people. There are certain disadvantages that it is time consuming while collecting. It leads to deforestation. It leads to pollution because it releases high level of smoke and harmful toxic air pollutants. So now let us know about the fossil fuels. What do you mean by fossil fuel? Now let us know what do you mean by fossil fuel. What is fossil? What do you mean by fossil? It means remains of dead plants and animals. What do you mean by fuel? It means material burnt to produce heat. Then what is fossil? Remains of dead plants and animals. And what is fuel? Material burned to produce heat. Then what do you mean by fossil fuel? Fuel that is obtained from remains of dead plants and animals which are buried under the earth for millions of years and under great heat and pressure converted into fossil fuel. So what do you mean by fossil fuel? Fuel that is obtained from remains of dead plants and animals. This remains of dead plants and animals were buried under the earth for millions of years, and under great heat and pressure they converted into fossil fuel. Fossil fuels are found where? In the Earth's crust and contain carbon and hydrogen that get burned to produce heat. So fossil fuel are found where? In the earth crust and contain carbon and hydrogen that get burnt to produce heat. Now, which are the examples of fossil fuel? The examples of fossil fuel are coal, petroleum and natural gas. In this chapter, we will read about coal, petroleum and natural gas. Today, only we will read about coal. So, let us know about coal. The first fossil fuel that we will read about is coal. Now, what is a coal? A coal is a hard rock which is found in sedimentary rock deposits. How the coal is formed? The giant farms and swamps, they got buried under the earth millions of years ago, and under great heat and pressure they converted into coal. Coal is mostly carbon. Coal is black in color or in brownish black. So what is the color of the coal? It is either black in color or in brownish black. Electricity that is obtained from coal is called thermal power. In India, there are 4 types of coal that are found. Number 1 is the anthracite, which is the best quality of coal. Number 2 is bituminous, which is common and mostly used as household coal. Lignite, which is a brown coal, and peat, which is the first stage in the formation of coal. We can also say that peat is the low grade quality of coal that is used, and while burning it releases high level of smoke. The coal is called as buried sunshine. Now let us know why coal is known as the buried sunshine. Coal was formed around 400 million years ago. Coal is formed from the remains of plants and animals. The plants used photosynthesis to collect energy from the sun to develop compounds that created plant tissues. When coal was formed, the earth was covered with swamps. Plants died and the remains settled to the bottom of the swampy area, creating layers of a soggy, dense material called peat, the first stage in the formation of coal. As time passed, the makeup of the earth's crust changed. Oceans and rivers caused sand, clay, and other mineral matter to build up, burying the peat. Sandstone and other sedimentary rocks formed, creating pressure that squeezed water from the peat. So we can say that as more layers formed, The weight and pressure turned the peat into coal. So we can say that we obtain coal from the sedimentary rock strata. Carbon is the most important element in plant material because it gives coal its energy. So, why is coal regarded as buried sunshine? The coal is regarded as the buried sunshine because it is buried deep under the earth. That means we find coal buried under the layers of earth, and when we burn the coal, we get heat and light that the plants have obtained through photosynthesis from sunlight. That is why we call coal as buried sunshine. I hope all of you understood that why do we call coal as buried sunshine. A coal is used as a domestic fuel. It is used in industries like in iron and steel industry. It is used in steam engine and to generate electricity. Now let us know who are the producers of coal in the world. China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa and France are the producers of coal in the world. And in India, in Raniganj, Jharia, Dhanbad, Bokaro in Jharkhand, we will see that coal mines are located. So coal is a hard rock which is found in sedimentary rock deposits, and it is mostly carbon, which is black in color or brownish black. Electricity that is obtained from coal is called thermal power. It is also called buried sunshine. It is used as domestic fuel in industries, in steam engine to generate electricity. There are 4 types of coal that are found in India: the anthracite, the bituminous, the lignite and the peat. Anthracite is the best quality of coal. Bituminous is a common and household coal. Lignite is a brown coal, and peat is the first stage in the formation of coal. The coal has various uses, like it is used as domestic fuel in industries, steam engine and etc. Now let us know what are the advantages and disadvantages of coal. Now let us know the advantages and disadvantages of coal. The first advantage of coal is that coal is plentiful. That means the coal is available in a plenty amount. But we must remember that coal is a non-renewable resource. Once it gets depleted, it will take millions of years to form again. So it doesn't mean that as coal is available in plenty amount as of now, we are going to overuse the coal. If this source of energy is overused, then a time will come when the reserve of coal will get depleted and our future generation will face a huge energy crisis. Number 2, it is easy to exploit. Yes, easily we can exploit the coal by surface mining. I hope all of you remember about the open pit mining, that what we do, we just dug out pit and we take out coal. So with the help of surface mining, the extraction of coal becomes easier. Coal can be efficiently converted to produce electricity. That means we can efficiently convert coal to produce electricity. Coal is used in different industries, as I have said, in iron and steel industry. It is also used to generate electricity to run steam engine. Even we will see that in coal-fired plants, they produce electricity. How do you know? They produce electricity by burning coal in a boiler to produce steam. Now what they will do with the steam? The steam under tremendous pressure will flow in a turbine which is connected to a generator, and they will spin the generator and the generator will produce electricity. The steam can be again cooled and condensed back to water, and the process will be continued. So in this way we can say that coal is efficiently converted to electricity. Coal needs little refining. That means we do not need much refining of coal. We can utilize the coal with little refining. Now let us know the disadvantages of coal. When we burn coal, it releases high level of smoke, especially peat, the lowest grade of coal, and which is the first stage in the formation of coal. So when we burn peat, it releases high level of smoke. Other coals also releases high level of smoke, but anthracite is the best quality of coal and it does not release too much smoke. Coal is bulky to transport. It is very heavy, so it is quite tougher to transport coal. Mines are dangerous and an eyesore. Yes, mines are very dangerous. Sometimes you will see that during the time of mining, many dangerous accidents can happen. So it is very important to follow the strict rules and regulations while continuing with mining. In fact, excavation of coal leads to overburdening inland and it further leads to land degradation. Mining, quarrying, they leave deep scars on land which further degrade the quality of land. Coal is a non-renewable source of energy. We must remember that though coal is available in plenty amount, but still we should not forget that it is non-renewable. That once if it is depleted, it will take again millions of years to get renewed. So we need to use coal in a planned way so that it should be available for the present and for the future generation. So in this video, what we have learned? We have learned about the power resources. We have learned what do you mean by power resources? What are the two types of power resources? We have learned about the conventional sources of energy where we have learned about firewood and we have learned about coal. Here in firewood, we have learned what is firewood, what are its uses and what are its advantages and disadvantages. And in coal, we have learned that what is coal, why it is called a buried sunshine, what are the different types of coal that are found in India. Also, we have learned about the advantages and disadvantages of coal. Now, what you will do? You will read your books, you will read in between the lines, and also don't forget to follow the PDF that has been already provided in the description box, which will help in a better understanding of the chapter. If you have any problem or any suggestion, do comment in the comment box given below. If you like my video and if you feel it is worth watching, do share it with your friends and hit the like button. If you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe my channel and do hit the bell icon to receive the further notifications of my upcoming videos. Stay tuned. I will be back soon with a new video on the topic of conventional sources of energy, where we will continue with the topic of fossil fuel. We will know about petroleum, natural gas and hydel power. Till then, take care, stay safe and keep smiling. Thank you.